It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
This next question is from Southpaw, and this is an interesting one. I don't know that we've had this one before. We've done shows on this, but I don't know that we've actually
Do you know what a southpaw is?
Left-hander.
Yeah.
You're a Southpaw.
Heck yeah, I'm a southpaw.
If I've never had debt and I'm investing almost 50%, is there any reason to go out and get a credit card? Love the show, guys. Thanks. So this is what Southpaw said. Hey, I've never needed a credit. Bless you. I've never needed a credit card before, and I'm a disciplined saver. I'm saving 50%. Are there benefits, or is there a reason for me to go get a credit card? Is question number one. And number two, his question that he's asking is, do I have to? In order to be a financial mutant, do I have to get a credit card?
No, we're not. I mean, look, credit cards are more of a dangerous tool than they are a given. I use credit cards because they're convenient. Mm-hmm. They allow me to take my money in places that I wouldn't feel comfortable using cash.
Sure.
There are rewards. There's insurances. I mean, I even if I'm buying appliances, I like using my Costco because it adds an additional year to the warranty. Oh, there's lots of added benefits, but it's an extra. It's a privilege. I consider credit card usage a privilege for being a financial mutant that because I'm so disciplined, I pay off everything monthly. I also am disciplined enough because there is a tendency, if it seems so easy, if it seems fake because it's plastic versus hard cash, people overspend.
Of course, yep.
So that's why I tell you, it is a privilege to get to use credit cards. No component of that privilege is actually having credit card debt, though. And I think that's a key point. So Southpaw has never had debt. I'm still encouraging you never have, especially credit card debt, because we share constantly on the show that no-go land is credit card debt, and that means you actually ought to go teetotal, absolute, do not use if you're having to carry a balance. So if it's been successful for Southpaw and he doesn't feel like he wants to have a credit card, he doesn't want to use it, maybe he's using the debit card method or something, do what works for you. We're trying to give you the grace, the privilege, the opportunity to expand the tools in your toolbox, not feel like you have to do everything just like what we've told the person right before you, the advice that worked for them.
So can I ask you another question kind of in this same vein? So obviously the answer is no, you don't have to, right? But let's say that Southpaw is a financial mutant and he or she has the ability to use credit cards responsibly and pay them off every month. You mentioned rewards. There's cash back and there's travel bonuses. But Southpaw said they never had any sort of like debt. So their credit score may be, quote unquote, you hear people talk about like off the grid and all that kind of stuff. Are there other areas and facets of your financial life where showing that you can be disciplined with that actually has a benefit, like when it comes to...
Yeah, well, you're talking about like credit cards. Look, there are some things in this society. Remember, we're a consumer society, so they actually penalize you for not being part of the credit culture because your insurance rates on your property and casualty, on your house, on your automobiles, they're going to pull your credit file. When you go set up your utilities, they're going to go pull your credit file. When you do anything that is consumption-based, they're going to pull your credit file. I mean, it's so interesting. When I pay off, I told you guys, sometimes I do like a bridge loan when I buy a nice car to get a better deal. To get a better deal because they make so much money off the financing now, not off of the vehicle as much as they have in the past. I'll work out with a dealer that, hey, I'll keep this loan open for 3 months because you've told me that's how long you have to keep it to get your rebate from the manufacturer if we go through the financing side of things. And I'll use that period as a benefit. That happens all the time. I mean, I think about, I get 2% back on things that I would have, like my insurance premiums, other things that, your utilities. If you can do things that don't impact how you're consuming and you're just getting the reward, I consider that a financial mutant skill set. But look, that doesn't mean everybody should do that.
That's right.
I mean, because it's a game to me. I gamify my finances for maximization. It works for me. But if Southpaw loves cash and loves how that feels, that's why
there's no need to change it.
If Dave Ramsey and I were hanging out, I'd be like, Dave, what works for you, man. Do it. I mean, I'm all about it. Meanwhile, I've always been a nerdy guy that does it. I've never really, except for right as I came out of college and real adulting kicked my butt more than I realized once you had to start paying payroll taxes and other stuff. And then you're just trying to do an apartment, you're trying to do the car, and you realize, holy cow, I mean, life is expensive. And so adulting, I did have a very limited window where I ran a credit card balance, and I was constantly feeling like I was swimming underwater and wanted to take that pressure away from myself. So I'm scared when I'm using debt, but I also try to maximize it as a financial mutant tool.